Good morning. Like clockwork, it's 8 a.m. Pacific time on Wednesday. What is Wednesday? It's more good news. More good news Wednesday. That's what I call it. No more hump day. It's always more good news Wednesday. Everybody's looking for more good news on Wednesday, and we're going to get it because that's what we're focused in on. Attention plus intention equals coincidence. Jakey, bakey, live, all there, joined at the same time. What a coincidence. Oh, or maybe not. More good news Wednesday, says Colleen. So Phil, ting. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Dave Meltzer TV. Let's pin up my email address first before you pin up my text message. More people need david@dmeltzer.com than 949-298-2905, which is my text community. So swap that around next time you do that. All right, let's get the questions rolling. It's more good news on Wednesday. How do you avoid letting mistakes compound? You got to stop, drop, and roll. You got to cancel out. Mistakes are like missing an exit. What are you going to do? When you miss an exit, you're going to keep speeding down the freeway in the wrong direction? No. You're going to stop. You're going to get off. You're going to turn around. And you're going to go back and get on the right direction. All right? So we're going to go ahead and do the same thing. When we make a mistake, we're going to search for the lesson in it. When we find the lesson, we'll be moving in a better place, a better direction. Remember, that is the faith that is your GPS. Not only will faith reroute you in a better direction, but it will find a better destination for you as well. Very few people realize that faith is the ultimate GPS. Not only does it reroute you, but it gives you a better destination. It's always recalculating the destination and the route. Pretty good. Here we go. What is the best advice you have ever received? Woo, be more interested than interesting. I think it's the catalyst to curiosity. The catalyst to curiosity is to be more interested than interesting. Find and seek the light, the love, and the lesson in everything. Be more curious and interested. Be more interested than interesting. And that includes asking for help. Just breath. Whoa, something happened there. Let's get this back up. I saw another great question here. What is training about this Friday? It's BYOQ. Bring your own questions. I'll bring the answer. Hot seat coaching with Dave Meltzer. One of my specialties, superpowers. So you bring the questions. I'll bring the answer on Clubhouse, IG, or on the webinar. Over almost 43,000 people are registered now, said Mikey Dykey, baby boy. All right, here we go, Mikey. Here we go. What are you most excited for when attending the draft? I'm leaving for the draft with my son. That's the most exciting part. Can we post my David@dmeltzer back up there, david@dmeltzer.com, in case somebody wants my book? If you want my book, I'll sign it, send it, ship it to you. david@dmeltzer.com. I accidentally dropped that. I am so looking forward to spending the draft with my 11-year-old son. I'm so excited about the female quotient programming that we have at Progressive Field and seeing everyone. I'm excited about seeing my aunt and my cousin that I haven't seen for over a year. Everybody's getting going. It's so important to get back in person to see everybody. Thank you so much. And we're looking for just everyone here. Andrew, what is your process of clearing the corrosion to your inspiration? Now you know someone that studies a little bit of Dave Meltzer there. Remember, you are happy, healthy, and wealthy. And if you don't feel that and you don't see that, then you need to look and see what's creating the interference between you and that which makes you happy, healthy, and wealthy. How do you do market research while in business planning stage? Ask for help. Find people that sit in the situation you want to be in. Find that research. Ask for the dummy tax. See where we're going on. All right. I have Kate Ekman here. Ryan says he's here. Jake, we got 805 Kate Ekman? Or did we get our wires crossed? The teacher of the rebels is here. And where am I looking here? I just want to make sure I'm weird enough. All right. I do not know what I do not know. Help me out, everybody. Team Dave Meltzer, help me out. Who wants to come on here? I know Ryan wants to come on, but I have Kate Eckman, CEO of Kate Eckman TV. Hey, Kate Eckman's here. How do you like that? Perfect. No confusion. It's easy go, easy go. How do I maintain consistency during the AAA rule? All right, we'll get to that. There she is.
Hey,
Hi, Kate.
David. Good morning.
Awesome.
Good
Thank you for
morning.
joining me. Good morning. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me. It's my joy to be here. Your smile is making me happy. That's what it's all about, right? The energy, we got to bring it.
Oh my God. Well, you do bring it. And I just always tell people my favorite thing about IG Live, especially Wednesdays when it's More Good News Wednesday, is when someone like you comes on. And it's not just that you light up the screen for everybody, but it proves my point that everyone has a frequency, everyone has energy that they bring. And the minute that you came into focus, my heart like just, wow, like amazing energy. And you were talking about my smile, and I was thinking the exact same thing about you, which is, I think aligned with why I wanted to come on, because you have a cool workout book called Full Spirit Workout, which to me is the way that I work out. So I was hoping that you could, number one, explain what a full spirit workout is.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. My book, The Full Spirit Workout, just launched yesterday. So I'm in the afterglow of, I don't have children, so this is as close as I'm getting to a birth announcement. And it really is that pregnancy and birth glow, because this book is so much bigger than me. It really is about giving people the tools and the strategies and the exercises for a better way of living. And I had a 17-year competitive swimming career and knew how hard I had to train my physical muscles to compete at a high level. And as I went about my life, I was struggling like most people. I'm calling this out because I think there's this misconception that if you look a certain way or reach a certain level of success, maybe someone like you, I'm sure you get that, someone like you, oh, you have bad days, oh, you struggle, oh, you experience anxiety and insecurity and self-doubt. Yeah, because we're human. It's part of the experience. There's no escaping it. So let's embrace that. And so this is a workout for our attitudinal muscles, for our mental and emotional and spiritual muscles, and really getting fit on the inside to combat emotional gravity, like the stress, like the anxiety, like COVID-19, like all of the absolute chaos and uncertainty and nonsense that is surrounding us. But we don't have to succumb to that. We can get still and steady on the inside and become so fit on the inside that we become the people who naturally attract the relationships, the money, the opportunities, the experiences. And I'm here to tell you and remind you, because we've all forgotten often how powerful we are, and that we can choose to be the people we want to be, and to change our minds. And I sound almost dramatic and so passionate about it because we're nearing midnight here. The world is in crisis.
Career. So that's definitely two. The idea of spirit, of inspiration, of being in spirit. You talk about bad days. I try to help people, as you do, to understand that you don't have to have bad days. You can have bad minutes and moments, right? We don't have to have bad days, weeks, years, and so on, which so many people do. And I love your perspective of clearing, that interference, the acknowledgement of what we're connected to and through. And that, I love, we are healthy, we are wealthy, we are happy. What are we doing to interfere with it? And your book, this full spirit workout of the attitudinal muscles that we have and perspective that we share is so essential to those three things that everybody wants, right? My motto in life is, do you want to make a lot of money, help a lot of people, and have a lot of fun? Very few people have ever met said, no, that doesn't sound like a good life to me. You're saying the same exact thing. And that there's certain muscles, and you're just an extraordinary athlete that uses the same workout mechanisms internally that you used to, use externally for external performance, but now you're doing it. How do you perceive that shift in the paradigm that, you already are walking with this extraordinary source and looking to see, what am I doing to interfere with it?
Yeah, I think we aren't practiced at listening. We're so distracted. We're so bombarded by messages telling us where we're getting it wrong, how we don't measure up. And so this is the conscious, deliberate, intentional time. I call it my sit and stare time. Minimum 5 minutes a day. Schedule it into your calendar with all the Zoom meetings you don't want to be in. And so you'll look at your calendar and be like, oh, great. From 5 to 5:10, I'm going to do my sit and stare time. From 4 to 4:30, I'm going to call David and talk to him about his day and see if I can offer any energy or service to help uplift David, because David needs support too. I think it's about getting practiced at listening to our own inner wisdom. I'm not talking about our mind, our ego that wants to tell us how we don't measure up, why it can't happen, the imposter syndrome. This is getting quiet and listening to that divine wisdom that's always as a file that we download in our computer, and it is available to you, and it'll give you that guidance. It'll say, email this person, reach out to this person, whatever it is. It's just, I think we sometimes hear it, maybe you call it intuition, but we hear it and we think, oh, I don't want to do that. That's going to require a lot of work. Ooh, if I leave this job or relationship, I'm going to be super uncomfortable, or that sounds scary. But when we're uncomfortable, that's when life gets really juicy, and we get to decide who we want to be and get comfortable with who we are, who we really are. You know, there's this thing, here we are on Instagram. There's the person we present to Instagram in the world, and we've got our hair and makeup done. We got our cute shirts on, right? We're smiling. Everything's good. You got your cute house in the background, cute dog, your cute spouse, your cute kids. But we are also that person behind the scenes when the camera is turned off and we're looking and feeling like a mess, and we're just trying to keep it all together. We need to really own and embrace that person, because he or she is worthy and lovable and awesome too. And I think I'm just here with this book to give people more freedom to be who they really are. And I'm not talking about, I've got all the credentials in the world, I've done all the things. Who freaking cares, quite frankly? You need it to get, but I think what people are resonating, and when people are reading this book, is they're saying, your story is my story, because we've all experienced all of these things from the outside world. And now it's about getting clear and comfortable with who we are, and starting to tell the truth, and starting to erase the stigma behind, you know, I talk openly about losing 2 loved ones to suicide and my own struggles with mental health, and being at the Duane Reade on 8th Avenue and 34th Street in Manhattan and wanting to take a bottle of pills because I was experiencing so much grief. And quite frankly, I could not keep up with the sweaty, frantic hamster on the wheel. That was my life. And so giving ourselves these timeouts and permission to just be real. Just be real, David. We're exhausted. We're overwhelmed. Like, let's just be who we are.
And that's where forgiveness is so important. You know, you're right on it. People are asking what the name of the book is. It's the Full Spirit Workout. Make sure you go and get it, check it out. But that's where forgiveness is so important. You know, when it comes down to 2020 was a year of reflection. 2021 to me is a year of decision. But without forgiveness of that humanity, the enjoyment of that journey of learning lessons and forgiving ourselves for what we don't know, and we're never going to know everything. One of the other things that came up there that I think is so interesting, what's your perspective or strategy on sleep? How does sleep fall into the full spirit workout?
I love this question. Thank you so much for asking, because you know, I talked about this, there's this notion, and hey, I love money and nice things as much as the next person. I'm not going to pretend I don't. I'd much rather sleep at the Ritz-Carlton than in a shack, right? You know, let's be real. But what science, I'm a nerd, what science and all my research showed me is that all those things we think are going to make us happy, the fancy house and car and what we look like and the money and the notoriety, it actually doesn't move the needle on our happiness meter. What moves the needle are things like exercise and sleep, acts of kindness, time affluence, social connection. I am so lit up right now. I'm not making a penny, right? Like, just connecting with, we've known each other 10 minutes and I'm like, talking to my friend, how you doing? You know, and bringing, I can't see everybody else, but I feel you. I'm seeing the hearts and sleep. You know, I've invested in my sleep. I even bought a very luxurious bed. We spend so much time there. And I have the sound machine. I have the air purifier. I have it set up for optimal sleep because, you know, people say, or I don't have time to sleep. I don't have time to meditate. And I say, you know what I don't have time for? I don't have time to be angry. I don't have time to be miserable. I don't have time to be sleep deprived and underperform and not show up in the world to use my gifts and strengths. Not even just for little old me, but for the world. I think even right now, this conversation, we are uplifting people. We are reminding people of who they are. And we have to begin to put our well-being first, not because it's a cute thing to post about on Instagram, not because, you know, we understand intellectually, but this is about application and putting things into practice and finally doing the things we say we want to do and living the life that we say we want to live.
Yeah, pursuing that life that we want to live. And I think that pursuit is so important. It's just such a blessing. You have to come visit me again. We have our next person. Please, I would love to talk with you. I want to read your book, The Full Spirit Workout. Where can people find you in your book?
Sure. So just go to thefullspiritworkout.com or Kate Eckman, ECKMAN.TV. I'll see you there. I'm here on Instagram. Would love to connect with you. Let's do it. I love that your CEO and I are like-minded.
How could I not want to talk to you more? You're incredible. If anyone is not feeling up to their highest frequency, reach out to Kate. I guarantee within minutes, you're going to feel the vibration, the frequency. She's going to elevate you to elevate others. Thank you so much. TheFullSpiritWorkout.com. Kate Eckman, you're incredible. Thank you. Like I tell you, it's More Good News Wednesday, and Kate Eckman brought more good news for all of us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, David. Have a beautiful day.
You too. Thank you. Amazing woman. Kate Eckman, amazing book. She gets it. I love when I'm talking to someone, I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what I would say. Oh my goodness, we have one of the 1,000 out there, the amazing woman that's inspiring others to inspire others. Laura, my friend, I see you, and I knew you would love that. Don't sleep too much, Laura. Go ahead, have an unwinding routine at night that wakes you up. Remember, everyone out there, you don't have to unwind your routine. No caffeine, no other drugs, no other alcohol. Nothing's going to put you in that place that you need to be. Ricky Bobby, good to see you, my friend. Cher, good to see you. Remember, if you want my book, I'll ship it to you. I'll sign it. I'll send it to you. Audiobook, ebook, or print copy of a book. I'll send that out, pay for shipping. David@dmeltzer.com. You can join my text community, 949-298-2905. And you can join my friends and me anytime on More Good News on Wednesday. That's what Wednesdays are. More good news. Let's see what we have here. My boy Jace, there he is. There he is, the teacher of rebels himself. Got in here early. My man is ready to go. And he is the CEO of Rise. What's going on, Jason?
Hey, Dave, thanks so much for this opportunity. I appreciate you.
Oh, I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you for joining me. Give me a little background on Rise, and I know you have a question for me.
I do. I really do. I have a great question. I'm interested in your answer. Rise is just it's a mastermind, and we teach rebels. Okay, so rebels are they're underserved. They're underappreciated. They're underacknowledged. They're sort of marginalized. But rebels are the disruptors of the world, right? Rebels bring in the new era for all of us. They're so valuable. But they often don't really know how to navigate society. They don't know how to interact with the traditional norms. They don't know how to get established in an industry or a field. They don't know how to make money. So I help teach rebels what they need to know.
I love it. What question you got for me?
Okay, so I was listening to your Ferocious Buddha podcast episode, and fantastic episode. You talk about Sanskrit teachings and access to lessons and how important teachers are. And it seems to me that in our current society, or lately, people avoid teachers and look for magic pills. They look for shortcuts. They look for charming celebrities. But it hasn't always been this way, right? Like in the past, Buddha and Jesus were revered teachers, like rock stars, like celebrities, everybody just chasing down the teachers because people knew their value. Maybe even Albert Einstein recently, like more recently. But my question is, as a teacher of rebels, I would love to change this culture. I would love to make a dent here. I would love to get people seeking out teachers more often, more and cherishing in them and elevating them. But I want to do it in an impactful way. I don't just want to tell everyone, hey, teachers are important. You should go find teachers. Do you have any ideas on how to create a sea change here and get people seeking them out?
I do. Let's inspire people. Let's encourage people. Let's motivate people to find people who sit in a situation that they want to be in. Because if you encourage people, inspire people, motivate people to find people who sit in the situation that they want to be in, you are celebrating the teachers. You are a celebrant, not a celebrity. And what I want to do is help to align people with the idea of being a celebrant, celebrating others, elevating others, allowing ourselves to seek the light, the love, and the lessons in others. And so I think the secret sauce to what you want to do is to encourage people to, as that Sanskrit suggested, to seek the light, the love, and the lessons in everyone by knowing what they want and finding their Buddha, finding their teacher, finding and celebrating that person that sits in the situation that they want to be in. And the simple rule is the easiest way to get to where you want to be. This is why teachers are so important. The easiest way to get to where you want to be is to ask someone that's already there and have them give you directions. It's not rocket science, unless, of course, you're seeking the light, the love, and the lessons about rocket science. Then you got to find a rocket scientist, and then it is rocket science. Other than that, it's not rocket science to find someone who sits in the situation that you want to be in and ask them for directions. It's that simple, my friend, and you and I both can encourage, inspire, and motivate people to seek and also assist them. You know, this magical question of, hey, do you know anyone that can help me? If you can't find that person, let's expand and accelerate the search by allowing us to use our entire accessibility, this extraordinary network that we've created where each person is connected to a minimum of 1,000 people at a time, where we can then say, oh, you know what? I know somebody that's an expert at rocket science or making chocolate cupcakes or whatever it is that you want to learn. There's somebody out there that has spent 30 or 40 years paying dummy tax, creating relationships, situational knowledge, and they already know it's not a shortcut. They know the fastest route, right? Because you take a shortcut, I'll tell you where you're going to end up. You cut the line, you take a shortcut, you're going to end up at the back of the line. It's a mathematical proof. So what you want to do is find someone that has already been there and go ahead and allow them to instruct you on the easiest route to get to where you want to be. Does that sound fair?
Yeah, totally. Just to make sure I understand you, if I were to apply this myself, I would become a celebrant of teachers, perhaps by starting a small website to champion teachers that I find, or creating a network of teachers somewhere else on my social media, stuff like that.
Absolutely, and creating a Facebook group, or allowing teachers themselves to create a community where they're willing to give help. And the more people can teach. Remember, teachers can be coaches, meaning a teacher can bring the most out of you. A teacher can be a mentor, where they give the most of them, or a combination thereof. I try to be a celebrant myself. I try to elevate others to elevate others, empower others to empower others. I try to be a coach, a mentor, and a teacher myself, and elevate that type of celebrity by being of service and of value to others, to give them the directions to where they want to be, so that they don't have to reroute, pay the dummy tax, encourage themselves to expand and accelerate past myself as a milestone, not as a marker. I got to jump on to the next guest. Where can people reach out to you, my friend?
Oh, I'm at Rise Online everywhere. RYZE online everywhere.
Thank you, Jason. Great question.
Thank you, David.
Keep being a celebrant. I appreciate your efforts. Thank you. You got it. Awesome. Check him out. My boy Jason came on here. There he goes. And now he's off. David at dmeltzer.com. It's asked. It's more good news on Wednesday. Sean Michael Kelly. It's more good news on Wednesday. Wednesdays are more good news day, not hump day. More good news is what Wednesday mean. Thank you for the birthday wishes, but my birthday's January 11th. Feel free to send me gifts, cards, blessings. January 11th, 111, sign of the angels, my lucky number, 111. I'm looking for Mana. Mana Kudar, where are you, my friend? Mana Kudar Cosmetics. and I am looking to see Osh Bosh by Gosh at Monica R Beauty. Am I missing it, my friends? No, gosh, these people are so on it. I have to just compliment my team for having these people so prepared. Oh my goodness, there she is. Hi,
Hi,
Mana.
I've been waiting for you my whole life. Just kidding. How are you this
Oh my
morning?
goodness, that makes two of us. That makes two of us.
Thanks for
Oh,
having me
well,
on. I'm such a big fan. I'm honored to be on with you today.
Well, I'm excited to have you on, not only for Mother's Day coming up for my wife, my mom. I have three daughters beyond Mother's Day, and I really want to learn about your entrepreneurial journey with the big holiday coming up, where people can go to find the great Monica Kumar Cosmetics, how you got started. Let's get there. It seems like a crowded space. Why would you get involved in cosmetics? How did that all start for you?
It's funny you ask that, David, because you're in a crowded space too, and it's really just about creating that niche in the marketplace. Where do you fit in? For me, I've been in the beauty industry for 25 years now. I started with retail cosmetic stores all throughout the malls in Orange County and San Diego, and in dealing with all of the women along the way, the key that I found was that people want to be beautiful, but they don't know how to do it. There's too many pieces. It's too complex. So our whole mantra is keeping beauty simplified. We have men, women's products, even pets nowadays. So that was where we found that our consumer really resonated with us. So it was to create that niche in the marketplace, that white space, and how do you fill it?
One of the things that you and I have in common is we take highly complex things and we make them simple. You have your, 7-minute beauty, you have the 3 steps, all these things. And I try to compress and to clarify, transcode, I call it, into a spectrum or a frequency so that my niche, my audience can understand clearly what the value proposition. And when I say value proposition, you do such a nice job of quantifying and articulating the quantifiable value of what you do and how you do it to so many, and that's what resonates with them. Have you looked at the frequency side of what I'm talking about, or how do you simplify things so clearly in a crowded space so that you resonate to that spectrum at a stronger signal? And I really see that with what you do. It's just so simple but yet effective.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to learn about the 7-minute process and the 3 steps. I think with social media nowadays, we're able to react very quickly with what our consumer is looking for. So, you're an expert in your field. I'm an expert in our field, and our job is, like you were saying, to really compartmentalize this so that it makes sense. And it's easy to apply versus having, a very complex way to think about your career and like what you're going to do in life. It's similar with makeup, and beauty. If you look good, you feel good. And that's really the message that we're trying to get across to everyone. Take those few minutes a day for yourself to put yourself together. Even like during COVID, there's been this whole, get up, roll out of bed in your sweats. And I think you feel a different way when you do that versus when you take the time to put yourself together, whatever that means for each individual person, so that you can conquer the day with confidence versus just trying to hide in your house and because you don't want anyone to see you because you're not looking your best. So in this day and age where self-care is so important, I think that's a big piece that people need, especially now as we're entering the world again, or seeing people again.
I'd love for you to talk about the reconciliation of the vanity side of things. There's the women's vanity and now male vanity as far as looking good. And looking good and being healthy are 2 different things. And I would always prioritize being healthy first. But I believe that some people diminish the value of looking good. I have some of my siblings, not my sister, obviously, but brothers that almost separate themselves or judge other people for taking the time to look good. And they can't reconcile what you're describing, which I see is super important in my life, that I want to feel good.
Yeah.
And so just as if you feel good not showering and wearing your sweats and that makes you feel good, hey, I'm not judging you. Good for you. Hey, let go out there, man. Wear a hat, whatever you want to do. But for the people that they feel better, they feel good when they to look good to others. And there is an external beauty, that I see in flowers. I see in beautiful men and beautiful women and beautiful children. There's an external beauty that actually makes me feel good, right? I'm a celebrant. So when I see beautiful people, I feel so good. I'm like, wow, that's a beautiful family, or that's a beautiful flower. We both live in Southern California. That's a beautiful view. And you could be part of my beautiful view. And how do you reconcile those? Because I think some people have this, negative perception and a judgment and separation because someone wants to take the time to feel good and look good.
Well, I think, with social media now more than ever, there's that pressure to look good, and sometimes I think it's like it's unrealistic because a lot of things are photoshopped or edited or have a filter. So it's not what you see is not really reality. So sometimes that bar is so high that I feel like it's unachievable, even to people that are totally fit and in the beauty industry. Like, we just don't look like that in real life. But I also think that for the naysayers out there, I would say, to each his own. It's like if this is what this person needs to feel better about themselves and to have that confidence, who's to say that that is not okay? So, just like you were talking about with the health piece, some people find that that's more important than beauty and whatnot. I feel like a lot of times, if you're healthy, you look better, you feel better. It's kind of the same thing but different. So, I would say probably the best combination is to marry the two, so that you can take some time for yourself. And that doesn't mean that you have a glam squad that comes and gets you ready every day. That could mean like you take 5 minutes to do whatever that is. Take a shower. Like if taking a shower is just enough for you, then go do it. I encourage you to go take a shower.
I'm telling my 11-year-old son that today. So if that's what it takes, and he's so handsome, just natural, I'm like, just wash yourself off. We'll be fine, man. You look better than most people just naturally. Let me lower the bar for people on Instagram for like, oh man, I can look better than Dave Meltzer. Yes, I wake up looking this good. There's no makeup. This is all natural. Let's get to the last thing. One of the things that I love about you and your company as well is you give back. And it's very important for you, the philanthropic side of things. It is for me. I believe in making a lot of money to help a lot of people. And you believe the same, and also to have a lot of fun. What do you give back to, and why is it important to you?
Thanks for bringing this up, David. I think philanthropy is so important. It is definitely a pillar, a core pillar in my life and my business. And, we give back 10% of our gross revenue back to charities. So I grew up in a very underprivileged community. I was the benefactor of many, many, many different charities, school, extracurricular, otherwise. So it is my my mission and my responsibility to give back. And so we give back to many organizations. One big one that we give back to is Miracles for Kids. This helps underprivileged children that are below the poverty level in Orange County, and actually throughout California. Different women's shelters, pets. Really,
I love the pets.
We love everyone. We love everyone. There just isn't enough dollars. So then sometimes when that's the case, then we donate product. During COVID, we donated a lot of like PPE items, a lot of our bath and body items to people that just didn't have access to it. So, and then there's time, right? So for people who can't donate money, there's always, volunteer that we do a lot of at the company, where time, money, I think any nonprofit would take any combination of those.
Absolutely. And it's so important. Monica Dar, thank you so, so much. Now for Mother's Day, you're a one-stop shop. What can people find, and where can they go to find their best Mother's Day gifts, either for themselves or for others?
So many goodies. So you can go to manakadarcosmetics.com, or you can check us out on Instagram at manakadarbeauty. And we have for all the people in your family, including your pets, but especially your mom for Mother's Day. Lots of Bath and Body spa related items. So pamper your mom. Moms do so much for their families, so make sure to take care of your mom this season.
Absolutely. I always do. Obviously, I'm a mama's boy. I barely can talk about my mom without crying. More importantly, what should I buy for my beautiful miniature dachshund? She's amazing, and I'd like to get her something. You keep talking about the pets. Probably people are thinking, what can I do for my pet? What can I do for my miniature dachshund?
Well, we have a line called Hot Dog, our hot dog for pets. So the
Perfect.
best thing to get is actually our pet refresher. It's kind of like Febreze for dogs. So, you know, when your dog gets into something they're not supposed to, you can spray them and just refresh them so that the entire family can enjoy your pet a bit more when they
I
slow
love it. I got a hot dog for the hot dogs. That's awesome. So thank you so much, Manna. I look
Thank
forward to
you.
doing more with you. You're an incredible entrepreneur. She's been a 40 under 40. She's been the USC Alumni of the Year. I can list out all of the accolades, but most of all, she has a big heart and gives back to others, making them feel good about themselves by making them more beautiful. Thank you so much, Manna. I'll see you soon.
Thanks, David.
You're amazing. Take care.
Take care.
Wow, what a great day. More Good News Wednesday. It just got better and better. What beautiful people inside and out, making us all feel better here on Wednesday. It's More Good News Wednesday. Got a great day planned for everyone. I'm going to take a quick question. Remember, More Good News Wednesdays are always in style, better than hump day. How do you align your goals with your why? First, you got to know your what. And don't be afraid of changing your what every day by taking inventory of your values, personal, experiential, giving, and receiving. Then know your who, as we discussed earlier. Know who sit in the situation that you want to be in and ask them for directions. Know your how, utilizing attention plus intention to equal the coincidences of what you have planned, don't have planned in your sleep, as discussed previously. Know your now. Learn to prioritize what's important versus what's urgent, utilizing Eisenhower's matrix of importance versus urgency, and then you will know your why. Know your what, know your who, know your how, know your now, and know your why. It is Wednesday, More Good News Wednesday, better than hump day, More Good News Wednesday. If you want that 5 daily practices to find your why, the 5 daily practices to find your why, email me, david@dmeltzer.com, david@dmeltzer.com, or join my text community, 949-298-2905. Know your what, know your who, know your how, know your now, and then know your why. It's always a pleasure. I want to thank all of my terrific guests here on IG Live. We're the most consistent here on Instagram. You got to love it, learn it. Most importantly, be kind to your future self and do good deeds. We'll see you tomorrow.